Hello everybody, Sticks here with the Token Minorities, bringing you another deck on Pokemon TCG Online, and today I have a Mega Glalie-EX deck. It's around, obviously, Mega Glalie-EX, with 220 HP and the Cryo Mouth attack. If this Pokemon has 10 or more damage counters on it, this attack does 150 more damage, and it kind of sounds like it would be difficult to pull off, but it's a lot easier than you think, especially given the supporting cast that we have. So basically, if this Pokemon has 100 damage or more, you do 250 and knock out literally everything. To support it, we have 2 Shaman EX. I mean, I honestly don't even think I even have to say Shaman at this point, just because, I mean, it is Shaman. It's in every deck. In fact, the only time I will probably mention it in a like actual meaningful context is if I run a deck without Shaman. We are running 2 Jinx with the Victory Kiss ability. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may heal 10 damage from your active Pokemon. If you get 2 out there, along with a Rough Seas, you can heal 50 damage a turn from Mega Glalie, which will make it extremely difficult to take down. One of the tech cards we will be running is the Articuno with the Delta Plus ability, which is basically like Lugia-EX's Plasma Lugia-EX's Overflow ability, I think it was. If your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from attack from this Pokemon, take 1 more prize. So we will basically, if we need like 3 prizes and an EX is at kind of low, we can switch this in and go for Tri-Edge. Flip 3 coins, this attack does 40 more damage for each heads. So I mean, not a lot, but it's something that can be used in a very situational situation. We will be running a 3-3 line of Glalie-EX and Mega Glalie-EX, and Glalie-EX is actually a really good Pokemon in its own right with the Insta-Freeze attack. If you have the same number of cards in your hand as your opponent, this attack does 100 more damage. Again, sounds situational, but you can actually do that with relative ease, and there have been times where I've just been able to hit for 150 just cuz. We will also be running 3 Lapras with the Seafaring attack. Flip 3 coins for each heads, attach a water energy from your discard pile to your bench Pokemon in any way you like, and it also has the Hydro Pump attack. This attack does 20 more for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. Not a very good attack, but like I said, we will basically be using it for Seafaring and using that with the Battle Compressor to get water energy in our discard pile to attach them to the Glalies, and also 1 tech Regice, just because Resistance Blizzard will completely shut down EX decks. We are running 2 Battle Compressors to get water energy in our discard pile, and occasionally like a Sycamore or something if we have a VS Seeker in hand but no supporter. 3 Dive Balls just to get everything out that we need. 2 Mega Turbos to power up our Glalie and Mega Glalie. 2 Switches just because these Pokemon are pretty heavy actually, so we kind of need some switching around without discarding energy. 3 Ultra Balls just to get everything out that we need to, and also discarding stuff, which is sometimes nice. 3 VS Seekers, 1 Judge to be able to instantly go for instant freeze. Basically make sure that our opponents in my hands are the same size. 1 Lysander just because Lysander. 3 Birch, 3 Sycamore, I mean, best draw supporters in the game, like I say. 1 Skyla, 1 Teammates, just because, I mean, Lapras, kind of the idea of the deck is to power up Glalie on the bench while Lapras gets knocked out, and then we can immediately go for Teammates for like a Glalie Spirit Link and a Mega Glalie or something if we need that. We are running 3 Rough Seas just because heal more damage off Mega Glalie because its attack is dependent on being hit, so we kind of want it to be hit but still stay alive. 3 Glalie Spirit Links, 2 Trick Coins for the Lapras and the Articuno, although Regice can do in a pinch to paralyze the opponent. 4 DCEs and 8 Water Energy. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and see this deck in action. Alrighty, we have found one against Modelo 5-5 with a fire deck, so we will automatically have the advantage, which is phenomenal, and we do even get to call the coin toss. We lost the coin flip. It's actually not that big of a deal if we are able to start with the Lapras, because then we will be immediately able to Seafaring for the first turn. I don't know why this shows up. I mean, I obviously have a there we go. Alright, I do have Wi-Fi connection. Actually, we're not starting off with too bad of a hand. We will be able to get a couple more cards off of this. Wow, quite a bit. So we do see that this is a Blaziken deck. Yes, okay. So it's a Blaziken, Delphox, just fire deck. I did see an Enhanced Hammer, so I want to hold off playing the DCE as long as possible. So, man, my opponent is just getting very, very unlucky. Oh my goodness. So this is a straight non-EX deck, meaning that our fire Pokemon should, or our water Pokemon should be able to, you know, attack with relative ease. And my opponent finally gets something going. I feel so bad for them. They just forfeit immediately. I mean, they had so much going against them. Wow, I mean, we would have been able to draw like another 5 or 6 cards off of that. That was pretty ridiculous. But obviously this will not count, so let's just go ahead and find another match. Alrighty, we have got one against Ekle Finn, another fire deck. So, yeah, and we get the coin flip again, and this time we win. I do want to go first just because, I mean, you really almost always want to go first except if you're Night March. I mean, there's no reason not to. We even do start off with a Lapras and wow, that's kind of weird. Get a bunch of Ultra Balls. So, I mean, that's something, I guess. What I can do is Ultra Ball for a Shaman, and then get rid of probably the water energy and something that way Seafaring can actually do something, and then Ultra Ball for a Glalie, and I don't know. We'll just go from there. So this is a Houndoom deck. So what I am immediately going to do is Ultra Ball away an Ultra Ball and a VS Seeker, so I can grab I want to grab a Shaman. Yes, I do. And then I will immediately play the water energy onto the Lapras just because I want to play my hand down a little bit. And then play the Shaman for a total of 6 cards. Oh, there we go. That's perfect. So what I can do is immediately get rid of this water energy and the Professor Birch's observations to grab a Glalie, slap down the Spirit Link on it, and then VS Seeker for the Birch. And then, yeah, we will be in a pretty good position to start off this match. Actually, do I want to, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and Birch just because. And we get a heads off of that, so that is really nice. I even get a Mega Glalie off of that, so that's pretty sweet. What I am going to do is go ahead and, can't attack this turn, so I'm just going to go ahead and end my turn. I will evolve into the Mega Glalie next turn, and I will probably just, play down the Rough Seas, and then Birch, and yeah, I like the position I'm in. He will be able to discard 2 cards from my deck, so let's hope he doesn't get anything good. I would actually really like if he didn't get anything good. That'd be very nice. I am interested to see if this is a Mega... Yes, okay, this is indeed a Mega Houndoom deck. I was just making sure it wasn't just a straight Houndoom mill, because those are a little bit annoying. We do see the Muscle Band onto the Finnegan, and he does just go for the Melting Horn. Gets rid of... Oh, man, he gets rid of a Glalie-EX and a Shaman. That stinks a lot. So, I'm just going to play the Rough Seas, play the Mega Glalie down. Nope, I will not, because I will not need to end my turn, and then just going to go ahead and Birch, hopefully get like a DCE or something. Or, I mean, water energy works too. What I can do is go ahead and Dive Ball to get, probably, I kind of want to get another Glalie started up, but I can also grab a Regice, so I can stop Mega Houndoom in the background, and then I can play that down. I can play this onto the Glalie just so I can start attacking with it the very next turn, and then let's just go for a Seafaring right now. Hopefully don't go 0 for 3. Okay, we do. We get 1. I mean, that's all that we had in the discard pile anyway, so I mean, it's not a big deal, but we will be in a pretty good position because I can just... what I can do next turn is put this energy onto the Mega Glalie, Skyla for a switch. Assuming I didn't... Nope, it is still in my deck. Yeah, just Skyla for the switch, and then immediately go for the Cryomouth to knock out the Houndoom. My opponent does Sycamore away his hand, meaning he will not be able to Lysander, so that's pretty nice. Basically, we will just be in an incredible position right now, because we will just be able to bring out our Mega Glalie and just start, destroying things with the Cryomouth. In fact, our opponent, even if he runs Enhanced Hammer, won't be able to use it because we have been powered up with strictly water energies. I'm hoping I did remember that the switch is still in my deck. I mean, I do run 2, so, here's hoping that I have that. He is just going to get another Delphox out there, so my opponent will have a ton of draw power once he gets both Delphoxes up. Unfortunately for him, this Houndoom will go down next turn, and he actually does not go for the Mystical Fire. I wonder what was the logic behind that one. But what I can do immediately is just play that onto the Glalie Skyla for a switch. Where is there it is. Skyla for a switch, and then knock out this Houndoom EX with a Cryo Mouth. And oh wait, I forgot to Rough Seize. Oh well. Oops. I mean, Lapras isn't going to be coming out next turn anyway. But oh, we even get 2 Jinx going. Oh my goodness. So I'm only going to play 1 down just because I have no reason. I really have no reason to. My opponent's going to VS Seeker if he has a Blacksmith. Yep, he can power up this Delphox, get some good damage going. He will be able to hit me for... Oh, he'll be able to hit me for 130. Oh my goodness. That's going to hurt. So I will probably play down both Jinxes then, just so some magic can't happen. Oh, 150, right, he has the Muscle Band as well. So what I am going to immediately do is go for the Rough Seize, heal damage off of both of these, put the DCE down on the Regice, play a Jinx, go for a Victory Kiss. I need to make sure that Glalie is just out of harm's way, and okay, my opponent just concedes the match. Glalie was just going to destroy his Delphox, and he had really had nothing else going. I'm wondering why he was not going for the Mystical Fire, but I mean, oh well, we did some very nice damage against him. We got 1 attack off for 200 with the Mega Glalie. We flipped 3 and 3. So I mean, that worked out pretty decently for us, I suppose, and we will go ahead and find another match with this deck. Alright, we have found another one against Case Sploosh, who looks like he's using a Lucario Bats deck. This could be a bit troubling because Lucario can hit hard enough to where, hard enough and consistent enough to where Mega Glalie can't exactly heal off anything. So I will just try to hit as hard and fast as I can. We are going to start off with the Articuno. That's not exactly what we want to do. That stinks a little bit. But what I can do is Dive Ball for... What can I do? Oh, it's a Rayquaza LGM deck. This is interesting, in Cresselia. So what I am probably going to do is Dive Ball for a Glalie, play the Glalie Spirit Link down, and just really go from there, because I really need to see what else I draw, because that'll determine what I discard. I'm probably going to for sure discard the Water Energy with the Ultra Ball. But alright, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a Glalie just so I can play down the Glalie Spirit Link onto it. There we go. Let's go ahead and do that. And then I can Ultra Ball away the Water Energy and the Glalie Spirit Link for a Shaman. Hopefully, there we go. Alright, I have had games where both of them were prized, and that was a very, very unfortunate game. What I can do right now is Battle Compress away. I kind of just want to get one more in the discard pile just because, and also a Sycamore, that way I can for sure draw into 7 cards later in the game. And then, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and thin my deck out a little more. I will Dive Ball for a Lapras, that way if I draw a switch, I can go ahead and do that. Play the Rough Seize, and you know what, I have enough Glalies that I can go ahead and VS Seeker for a Sycamore. It will be getting rid of my full art, but you know what, we run 2 more in the deck, so it's not really that big of a loss. We don't get what we were looking for, but what we do get is an Ultra Ball, a Rough Seize, and a DCE, so I am probably just going to play this onto the Glalie and end my turn from there. Hopefully I can somehow get a switch next turn. I do run 2, so I mean, he will be able to hit me, and that will stink. But I mean, he just hits me for 10 damage with an intensifying burn. So I immediately am going to Ultra Ball away a Water Energy and a VS Seeker to grab a Mega Glalie-EX, and then just play that right down. Nope, my turn will not end. And, probably just going to slap the Water Energy onto this, and then VS Seeker for a Sycamore, get rid of one of the Rough Seas, and I'm hoping I can get a switch, because that way I can just go ahead and attack. I do. I even get another Glalie that I can play down later, and we'll just go ahead and do that. And we're in a pretty good position, because I can just go ahead and Rough Seas off the Articuno, and then go for the Cryo-Mouth this turn. It will be a 2-hit KO, even if he Mega Evolves. Actually, Dragon Pulse will hurt, but it will actually knock me right into my Cryo-Mouth range, which will be beautiful, meaning I will be just hitting for 250 actually. So my opponent is going to use his supporter for the turn on a Steven, grab a Pokemon Fan Club, and what else does Steven do? Oh, and a basic energy card, and put them into your hand. Well, my opponent has already played his energy drop for the turn, so I mean I will be hit with a Dragon Pulse for 100, but that's really not that big of a deal. I will be directly in Cryo-Mouth range, and my opponent actually runs Crushing Hammer, so that's good thing he didn't have that, actually. And I don't want to... I kind of want to keep the Lysander for later, just because, I mean, it could be useful. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and Rough Seas, that way no, like, magic can kill me. Gonna go for the Cryo-Mouth, 100 damage on the Rayquaza, knock him out, take 2 prizes, see what we can get, see what we can work with. And we do get a Mega Turbo and a Professor Birch's Observations. Yeah, Birch Observations is much preferable in this scenario, just because I have things I don't want to discard, and my opponent just forfeits. Alright, I guess the Mega Glalie was a little too imposing, and we do even get 25 coins to boot, so that's very nice. Let's see how close we are with that. And we did a total of only 200 damage. I mean, that's about the same as we did last time. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm just going to try to get one more match with this deck. And we have found our final match against Trainer Andy T, running a Psychic deck. Hopefully this is not Wobbuffet, because that would make me cry. And we do even lose the coin flip. That's not the biggest deal with this deck, just because, I mean, if we do go second, we can just Seafaring first turn, I mean, assuming we draw that, but we do not. We do start with a Regice. I mean, could be worse depending on what my opponent is running. It is a Wobbuffet deck, so that is very unfortunate. I'm gonna have to get a Glalie out. I mean, that's plain and simple. Shaman will be completely useless in this matchup because he does have a Wobbuffet. So I mean, there's that. What I am gonna do is go ahead and Dive Ball for just grab a Glalie, and then I'm going to play the Water Energy onto that, and then I'm going to Ultra Ball, just because Articuno I feel like could actually be useful in this match. Because if we do knock a Wobbuffet low, it will be very helpful. I mean, did I see it? Did I see it? Nope, I actually do not have an Articuno. So, I mean, that stinks a little bit. Just gonna go ahead and grab a Lapras, why not? I mean, might as well. Play the Lapras down, go for the Birch's Observations, and we do get Tails. That stinks a little bit, but we do get the Glalie Spirit Link. We will be able to Mega Evolve next turn and go for another, hopefully a Birch, and then get something going. I'm going to keep the Glalie in hand just because I will most likely be relying on Instant Freeze this match. Yeah, he just decided to go for the Psychic Assault immediately on my Regice with his Wobbuffet. I guess he didn't have anything going. I'm immediately going to Ultra Ball, or Dive Ball, for the Glalie, Mega Glalie-EX, play that down. I am just going to Birch this turn, so I can just play down my hand as much as I want. Play this down, go for the Rough Seas. The Rough Seas will be phenomenal this match because Wobbuffet relies on getting damage down, and the bats do a little bit of damage at a time, but not enough. So I am just going to go for the birch right here. Hopefully get heads. There we go. We get a Mega Turbo and a Trick Coin. Not really what we want to see, but what I can do is go ahead and get... I can get a Water Energy and a Sycamore in my discard pile for next turn. You know, I'll go ahead and do 2 just because. Play the Mega Turbo onto the Mega Glalie, and I can actually put a Trick Coin on the Lapras, and unfortunately Shaman is completely useless this turn, so what I will probably do is just Ultra Ball away next turn, see what I can do. I'll go ahead and play the Trick Coin, why not? Why not? And yeah, we'll just end our turn right there. We're going to Sycamore next turn. Hopefully get something we can work with. My opponent will get some bats down to be able to do some damage, or not. Doesn't look like he's able to get the Golbat yet, and I'm just going to be a Seeker right now. Grab the Sycamore. As it turns out, while Mega Glalie could be useful, regular Glalie might be better in this matchup, actually. But I can immediately get some damage off on the Wobbuffet with my Mega Glalie with the Cryomouth. It won't be KOing it just yet, but I will start to get some damage onto it. So yeah, we're starting off, and if I can get into Cryomouth range, I will be sitting very pretty. Yeah, so he will VS Seeker. Ooh, Seeker Rare, that's beautiful, actually. Goes for the Shauna. Doesn't look like he has a Sycamore, or that's what he relies on. He is going to slap the Muscle Band down onto the Wobbuffet. I would actually really prefer it if he was able to knock me into Cryomouth range. Does get rid of my Rough Seas, however, I will be able to go for a Sycamore next turn, hopefully grab a Rough Seas. He's probably going to get, yep, another Golbat, so Wobbuffet will be able to do a ton of damage to me this turn, but I don't think he will be able to knock me out just yet. And he plays his entire hand down, goes for a Psychic Assault. That puts me right in range, actually. I get another Glalie. Do I have a Glalie Spirit Link attached? Yes, I do. I'm going to go ahead and play that on there. I will be able to KO a Wobbuffet for sure. It's just a matter of what else I can get going this turn. So I'm going to Sycamore, draw into 7 more cards, hopefully something to power up another. Even better, I can just go ahead and play the Rough Seas, play this Glalie down, attach a... what do I want to attach a DCE to? I think I want to go with the Mega Glalie just because that means he'll have to take something else out, go for another Rough Seas, and yes, so we will just go ahead and Cryomouth, knock out this Wobbuffet, take the first prize, and make our opponent go into severe top deck mode. And we do get a Water Energy, so that means we will have another Mega Glalie in the back. If the active one gets in trouble, we can just switch out into this one. I don't want to play Sycamore or Teammates yet, just because, I mean, there's really no reason to. What I would like to do is Lysander out this Wobbuffet and start damaging it. He is just going to sacrifice the Zubat, not a big deal. I am just going to make it continually harder for him to take out my Mega Glalie, just continually heal damage off, KO the Zubat, get another prize, and we are sitting very pretty. I mean, like I said, I would kind of like to get a Lysander out, but it's not a big deal. And even at this point, I can start powering up the Glalie-EX on my bench to go for Instant Freeze if I can play my hand down enough. So yeah, able to get 2 things set up. Oh, he does top deck a Sycamore. That's good for him, bad for me. I don't like to see that. However, I will be able to start getting more and more damage off as Wobbuffet will come in. Okay, he won't be able to KO me, but I will... can he KO me? He might be able to. Unless he... Okay, he just goes for the Psychic Assault. It will almost knock me out, so that's getting pretty dangerous. I am going to slap a DCE onto this one, and I want to get that Wobbuffet out of the way ASAP. It's worth it to me to sacrifice a Mega Glalie, plus this way I can kind of just go for a teammate's next turn. So I mean, I will be sacrificing 2 prizes to kill the Wobbuffets, but I mean, against a Wobbuffets deck, you just need to get that out of the way immediately. Plus, I do have a Glalie on the bench and a switch in hand, so I don't think I'll be able to play my hand down as much as my opponent will be able to here. He does level ball, gets a Golbat. Will that? Nope, I will have 10 HP left. So he's probably just going to swoop across this turn, KO the active Mega Glalie, and he goes for a Sycamore this turn. So I will probably just promote my Glalie on my bench to go for an instant freeze. That way the Glalie on my bench will not be in a bad position. Alright, he is just going to go for the Crobat, another Crobat actually. Not a big deal. I mean, this Glalie will go down and I will have to promote. Oh, he's going to go for this Glalie on the bench. However, because I will... No, whatever. Not that big of a deal. I mean, I can just teammates next turn for a whatchamacallit. Yeah, I can just teammates next turn for a Rough Seas to heal all that damage off, and I will be able to get rid of a Golbat this turn. So, I mean, we're in a decent position, actually. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Play the teammates for a Rough Seas. Yes, I do have one. I don't want to get anything else. Actually, I'll get a Judge just in case I need to go for the instant freeze. Let's play the Jinx down. Let us play the Rough Seas, get rid of all the damage that he just did on our Pokemon. I mean, basically, his last turn was all for naught except for KOing the active Mega Glalie-EX. And we even have a Judge in hand to where if we need to use an instant freeze, we can do that. And let's just go for a Cryomouth right now. And I even have a switch, so if he brings a Crobat out, I can just switch right into my Glalie on the bench and KO that with said instant freeze. And also, we're running a bit low on cards, not that big of a deal. He's going to get some more damage out, and he probably has a Dimension Valley in hand. I don't particularly care, because, I mean, I kind of just need to KO a couple more things. He is playing his hand down a little bit, so he... Oh, wow, he didn't have anything. Please get Tails on this. That would be very nice. I hope he doesn't have a Dimension Valley, because that would make things a lot easier for me, I guess, just because I would be able to heal off damage with the Rough Seas. And he does go for that. I'm not quite in a position to where I can... I hate to do this, but I'm going to play a Jinx down. And then I'm going to Rough Seas. I'm going to Victory Kiss twice, just to get it down to 20. And then I'm going to switch into my Glalie on the bench. Yes, just so I can KO this Crobat. And then I'm going to Judge it. Gives him more cards, but what it also does is gets him low. Gets him to the same amount of cards as me, meaning that Instant Freeze is now a one-hit KO. So that's pretty beautiful. And also next turn, if I need to, I can just KO the Wobbuffet with something. And there's the Articuno. That would have been nice this match. But yeah, so all he has left is the Golbat and the Wobbuffet. Hopefully he can't really get anything going. If he brings out the Wobbuffet, oh, he does get a Crobat, so that'll be able to do some damage. Not too horrible though. I don't think there's any way my opponent can really win at this point. I think I've worn him down a little too much. And he's going to Sycamore right now, get some more cards in his hand. He's going to play it down a little bit, and actually I think I win because I now have 6 cards in my hand, which means Instant Freeze will just KO the Crobat. We will take the last prize, and that will be the game against a Wobbuffet deck. And oh man, that was a really intense match, actually. We definitely did enough damage for that. And Booyah, leveling up. Let's see the stats. Yeah, we almost did 1,000 damage. My opponent was able to take 2 prize cards because he was just able to build up enough damage on a Glalie but we were also able to heal off a ton of damage as well. We were able to heal off 210, oh my goodness. But yeah, I mean, of course, the MVP of the deck was Mega Glalie-EX. I mean, that thing just came through so clutch, and as soon as he got more damage on me, I was just able to hit harder. But yeah, guys, that's the deck. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and this is Styx, signing out. Why not? See you guys.